What's up, guys? Your boy, 20K13. Gonna talk about 10 questions Steve Austin must ask Paige on WWE Network podcast. And this comes from WhatCulture.com. WWE Diva Paige is set to be the next guest on Steve Austin's WWE Network podcast to air immediately following the August 3rd Raw. This is Austin's fourth WWE Network podcast following his special with Vince McMahon, Triple H, and Paul Heyman. The original choice for the guest was Hulk Hogan, who was named as a future guest earlier this year, but his recent firing stemming from the controversy of his big old tirade opened up the spot for someone else. Since the podcast was intended in part to promote Tough Enough, it makes sense that WWE replace Hogan with someone else from the show. While there will no doubt be Tough Enough shadow, it would be nice if Austin didn't stray too far from his formula and kept it loose. Giving Austin a script and telling him to give Tough Enough the hard style won't make for captivating viewing. Instead, Austin should be able to do his own thing and just talk with Paige and ask her some pressing questions. Paige's WWE career might have been short, but she certainly made an impact in her year and a half as a character on WWE TV. His pre-WWE career is also fascinating, and it would be fun to see her and Austin talk about the business. Here are 10 things Steve Austin should ask Paige during their upcoming WWE Network podcast. Number 10. Wrestling family. That Paige got success at such an early age should come as little surprise. After all, she comes from a wrestling family and had her first professional match at the age of 13. Paige's mother, father, and two older brothers all wrestle and continue to wrestle in England, as well as running the WAW promotion in Norwich. Austin should definitely ask Paige about coming from a wrestling family. How was it? Was it tough? Did she see her family much growing up? Was it helpful? Did she gain an insight into the business from an early age? Was wrestling something she was pushed into, or were her folks hesitant about her stepping into the ring? Paige could no doubt talk for hours about her rumbling upbringing. Viewers not aware of Paige's wrestling pedigree would no doubt like to hear about it too. Number 9. Working in England, Europe, and on the Indies. Superstar pre-WWE career are usually fascinating. After all, no one WWE performer takes the same route to the big time. Paige's pre-WWE trajectory saw her wrestling for her family WAW promotion, as well as working for companies in Europe and the U.S. Women's Wrestling Indie Shimmer. Don Costa grilled Paige about their experience. How was the Indies? Did she like it? Does she miss it now that she's in the WWE? Any funny stories from that time? And on and on. The England, European, and American indie scene are areas of the business that many WWE fans will not be privy to. Paige worked around the world for 6 years prior to signing with the WWE, and it would be nice to hear a little more about it. Number 8. WWE tryout. Paige received her first WWE tryout in November 2010 at age 18. It didn't go exactly as planned, thinking that her anti-diva look would be a hindrance rather than a help. Paige got a tan, dyed her hair blonde, and removed her piercings. Essentially, she tried to be Kelly Kelly. It didn't work. John Laurinaitis told her that she wasn't what they were looking for, which had to be a blow considering the length she went to in order to be what she thought WWE wanted her to be. The next time she had a tryout in April 2011, things went much better and she was signed. What some people don't know is that Paige's brother Zach also had a tryout that day and wasn't signed. How did Paige feel about this? Was it difficult to accept WWE offer, knowing that her brother was being sent home? Was the tryout hard? How does it compare with the NXT camp tryout that are run these days? Members of the public don't get to see WWE tryout and would surely love to hear more about the process. Number 7. transition to WWE. Austin should definitely quiz Paige about her transition from the UK and indie scene to working for WWE. Austin knows all about changing from his lowly surrounded to the big time, USWA to WCW to WCW to WWE, and will no doubt relate to some of Paige's experience. How did Paige find the transition? Was it harder than she imagined it would be? Did the rest of the developmental talent embrace her, or did they shun her? Was it hard to change from the European UK style to the US WWE one? It would be nice to get an insight into Paige's earlier WWE days. Number 6. FCW and NXT. Paige's first year in WWE was spent in Florida Championship Wrestling. The precursor to NXT, Paige initially used the same surveyor in tribute to her mother before it was changed for her TV debut. Now we get to see a lot of NXT these days, and the brand is growing. But how was it working there while the group was still finding its feet? Anyone who regularly listens to Steve Austin podcast knows that he has a soft spot for NXT and keep up to date with future superstar progress. He will undoubtedly have some questions for Paige about the training process. Was they being taught, and how well she thinks it prepared her for the big time? WWE may give us a little look at what goes on in NXT today, but it would be nice to hear from someone who was working there when the company came to be in 2012. Number 5. Working with Triple H. NXT Ride is being spearheaded by Triple H, who has rightfully made developing talent one of the company's top priorities in the last couple of years. Much has been made about the NXT movement and supposed Triple H guys like Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, The Shields, Neville, and Sami Zayn receiving opportunities and pushes. Is Paige a Triple H girl? How is working with the cerebral assassin? Obviously, Austin and Triple H have a long history, but Stone Cold has never worked with the game like Paige has. He was never a talent that needed developing. Paige was, is, and has worked with Triple H closely over the last few years. We heard from Tripp earlier this year when he was on Austin WWE Network podcast and discussed NXT. Now it would be nice to hear from one of his more successful projects what the experience of working with him was like. Number 4. Debuting on Raw. There were no slow build-up to prepare WWE fans for Paige's main roster debut. She was thrown right into the deep end, debuting as a surprise on the post-WrestleMania 30 Raw, cutting a promo on the live night before beating AJ Lee for the WWE Diva Championship. It was a dream debut, helped by a rabid crowd, many of whom were Brit. Paige talked about her debut on Chris Jericho Talking Jericho podcast back in November, explaining that she only found out what she was doing a few hours before showtime and was freaking out backstage. Her debut was one of the most memorable in recent memory and certainly deserves to be revisited on the Austin podcast, since it was a major moment in Paige's career. How did she feel about winning the title in her first match? How did AJ feel about it? What was their reaction like backstage? There's a lot to talk about here. Number 3. Brit in WWE. Paige isn't the only WWE superstar from the United Kingdom that is making waves in the company, now an established part of the Diva division. Paige is flying the flag along with other mainstays King Barrett, Sheamus, Becky Lynch, and Neville, with others like Finn Balor to be called up any day now. The British invasion has been welcomed by UK fans, who have only had a select few English, Irish, and Scottish bone benders to root for in the past. With the UK being one of the WWE's most lucrative international markets, it makes sense for them to promote British performers. What does Paige make of it all? Does she have a strong sense of Britishness? Austin should quiz her about her possibility of more British performers coming into the company and whether or not she sees a British WWE heavyweight champion in the future. Number 2. Favorite opponent and matches. Chris Jericho already quizzed Paige about her favorite match, as he invariably does during her November podcast appearance. When asked, Paige said that her favorite WWE matches were 2 NXT matches with Emma from June 2013, but that was in November 2014. Close to a year had passed since she was asked that question, and Paige had been involved in many more matches since, including her first WrestleMania outing. Is the Emma match still her favorite, and why? Or was there another bout that she had that eclipsed the 2 she mentioned to Jericho? Who does Paige like working with the most? It would be interesting to hear, given the influx of new talent in the division recently. And number 1, dream matches and goals for the future. After covering the above as well as Tough Enough, Austin should switch his focus to the future. Particularly, he should ask Paige about her dream WWE matches as well as what her goals are for the next couple of years. Paige will have grown up watching the likes of Trish Stratus, Lita, Victoria, and the other women who were fighting to be taken seriously in the early to mid-2000s. Are these the women that Paige would like to square off with? How about Stephanie McMahon, whom Paige had outed in the past as a potential future opponent? And what's next for Paige? After winning the Women's Championship and being in a featured match in WrestleMania, doing your first match in the company, where do you go from there? Is she excited about the direction of the Divas division, and is she looking forward to squaring off with Sasha Banks, and perhaps even Charlotte and Becky Lynch in the future? Is a heel turn perhaps on the card? Austin is a straight shooter. His previous WWE Network podcasts have all been great. Paige is a lower profile name than Triple H, Paul Heyman, and Vince McMahon. This should be an engaging and informative interview nonetheless. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.